1, 2, is this on?
Word for word scripted promos are something we've seen a lot in WWE over the years.
We were live on Raw. It was one of those times where you memorize something word for word. And then I forgot my line.
It will end!
What's he saying? I don't even understand him.
It wasn't unusual to see wrestlers stumble over their words or lose track of what they were scripted to say.
I just forgot my next line. So I'm just like, shit. I just remember saying something like, you know what? I've got kids.
I have kids!
Where the talent might take long pauses or make it obvious they've messed up.
You blanked?
I'm trying to think back. Yeah, I believe I did.
Second of all,
go ahead, find it. Go ahead.
It's happened plenty of times in the past, and so today we're highlighting 20 moments where wrestlers forgot their lines.
And there was something that I hadn't said, so he kept dragging it out.
you're gonna give me what I want! Give me what I want! Give me what I want!
I'm like waiting for his cue, he's waiting for my cue, and we just weren't getting there.
Goldberg loves smashing his head on hard surfaces before going out to hype himself up. This posed a problem when he returned to WWE in the era of scripted promos. On the January 23rd, 2017 edition of Raw, Goldberg was seeing stars after knocking himself silly, resulting in Bill getting busted open before entering the ring.
Y'all know that the path to the WWE... here we go. You guys have really made me screw up here.
Goldberg had to keep restarting his promo because he couldn't remember the exact things he had to say on account of whacking his head so hard moments earlier.
Okay, let's go for the third time. We all know that the WWE Universal Championship runs right through the Royal Rumble match.
Bill eventually got on track and finished his promo without incident, though he had to pause his door headbutting, at least for a little while.
I had already headbutted something. I got blood working. I've got to be that apex ass-kicking person.
Just like with Goldberg, WWE had no qualms bringing legends back in and making them recite pre-written dialogue, despite them being more used to cutting promos based on bullet points. Shawn Michaels experienced this on the December 16th Raw from 2013, when he lost where he was in the script.
If you think about it, your issue shouldn't be with Hunter. I mean, I'm the one that kicked you last week. I mean, really, it ought to be with me.
After CM Punk tried to help Shawn out, Michaels interrupted, but still couldn't find what he was supposed to say, resulting in Punk moving on with his part of the promo.
Let's talk about you super kicking me.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Look, Shawn.
When Kurt Angle was Raw general manager, he was usually given pages of scripted dialogue to recite. Eventually, this can wear on a talent, which happened to Kurt on the November 6, 2017 episode of Raw, which was taped from the UK. During a backstage segment with Sheamus and Cesaro, Angle forgot everything.
Listen up here, guys. You got to do something about it. You got to do something here tonight. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah? What are you gonna offer us?
Listen, you guys need to do this.
Listen, you know what? I'll tell you right now, Angle.
Kurt got it right the second time, but apologized for screwing up initially.
If you want an opportunity to represent Raw at Survivor Series, don't try to manipulate me.
Then in case it happened again, Vince McMahon told him to carry around the script in his pocket from then on. Another GM who forgot his lines was Theodore Long. There were two occasions where Teddy made a mess of scripted speak that WWE likes its announcers to recite when referring to SmackDown's long tenure on television.
The longest running milestone in the history of weekly running television programs.
Long wasn't as familiar with the line as the commentators were, and thus struggled to get it out twice.
So I am back to take the longest running wrestling episode. Well, let me get this right. I am back to take the longest running wrestling show in television history to a brand new era.
We'll look at one more general manager in Vickie Guerrero. Vickie forgetting her lines actually spawned a catchphrase. In her first few months ruling over SmackDown in 2008, Guerrero was still getting used to cutting promos and remembering material. Then after going blank on the stage, fans began heckling, which led to Vickie debuting her "excuse me" phrase.
Excuse me! You can hear people going, "I know you forgot your line!" And so they started getting kind of rowdy, so I just said, "Excuse me!" you know, and they fired back at me. I mean, it just caught on and people loved it.
Another catchphrase that came due to a wrestler forgetting their lines occurred when Heath Slater stood across from Brock Lesnar on the August 15, 2016 Raw. Before he could set up Brock attacking him, Slater got lost and blurted out his now famous "I got kids" phrase.
I just forgot my next line. So I'm just like, shit. I just remember saying something like, you know what? I got kids.
Hey, look in my eyes. I have kids that I have to feed.
Next thing you know, it's on a t-shirt.
That was my very first ever singles t-shirt.
In an interview with Wrestling News Co., he spoke about how both his and Lesnar's lines about Slater's kids were completely unscripted.
It was literally a promo, and then I literally forgot a line, and I started shooting from the hip, and "I got kids" came out of my mouth. But he just took the mic from Paul and said that line, and the whole ending of the promo type seg was like me telling him like, I have to fight you type deal. And then as soon as he said the whole "I don't give a shit about your kids," it was just like a, where the hell are we going here? Like, I haven't even said that I was going to fight him or something. He was like, turn around and walk away. And then I was like, all right, this is where we're going for it. And then that's when I took the swing and he kicked my ass.
I need this. I have kids that I have to feed. They rely on daddy. My 2 little girls at home and all the other kids that I have are relying on me.
Let's talk about your kids. I don't give a shit about your kids.
In a similar vein to Heath, Batista couldn't remember where he was in a promo, only to then inadvertently spout out an iconic line. This happened when Dave was demanding a WrestleMania match against Triple H on Raw from March 11, 2019. Unsure of what was next, the Animal began yelling "Give me what I want" over and over again.
Give me what I want. You're gonna give me what I want! Give me what I want! Give me what I want!
After "Give Me What I Want" became a meme online, Batista revealed the truth behind his promo in an interview with Chris Van Vliet.
There's certain things we were looking for in that promo, and there was something that I hadn't said, so he kept dragging it out. So I had to keep escalating. So that's why he kept screaming it louder and louder. I'm like waiting for his cue. He's waiting for my cue. And we just weren't getting there. But yeah, that's why it got like bigger and bigger and bigger. It wasn't intentional. Give me what I want. You want me in WrestleMania? Give me what I want. You're on.
Listen to this promo featuring Charlotte and Tamina from the June 20th, 2017 SmackDown and try and guess which one of them forgets their line.
And if you don't shut up, I'm gonna make you look like Ellsworth.
You need to be quiet or you're gonna start looking like Ellsworth. Despite
repeating what had already been said, it wasn't Tamina who botched. It was actually Charlotte who forgot the script and thus delivered Tamina's line when she was supposed to say something else.
And if you don't shut up, I'm gonna make you look like Ellsworth.
You need to be quiet or you're gonna start looking like Ellsworth.
Perhaps Tamina could have improvised better given the circumstances. Either way, it was a hilarious moment. Randy Orton forgetting his promo on the April 8, 2013 edition of Raw is famous as he stopped and walked around the ring to gather himself.
Practically begging for support.
The Viper then just said screw it and audibly asked his upcoming opponent, "What's my line?" Sheamus feeds Orton the line and then Randy continues talking as if nothing happened.
Big Show's mine tonight.
It was hilarious and an example of how ridiculous scripted promos can be, since Orton was completely going through the motions while reciting the verbiage, to the point where he got lost and couldn't be bothered to improv. Next we have another case of someone being fed their lines, though this time in a less obvious fashion than our previous example. This went down during Raw on April 19, 2010, when CM Punk and the Straight Edge Society interrupted a Triple H promo to open the show. After cracking a few jokes at the faction's expense, Triple H suddenly lowered his mic and spoke directly to Punk. Punk responded back, but the cameras didn't catch what was said.
You know,
we've since learned that Triple H actually asked Punk what his next line was. Punk quickly fed it to him, and the game picked up right where he left off, none the wiser to the live audience.
Then Hunter drops the microphone down to his pecs and goes, "What's my line?" And Punk goes, "Brr, brr, brr," and he goes, "And then blah, 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 blah." And I went, oh, even those guys, it's hard to remember all those fucking lines.
Back in 2006, The Miz was still green to wrestling, which led to a horrific showing on the July 10th Raw from that year. Miz was the host of the Diva Search, and therefore had to inform everyone of the phone number fans had to text to choose their favorite diva.
The sexiest women in the world, or the sexiest women on television,
or in the WWE.
The nervous Miz got completely lost when speaking, forcing him to trip over his words and screw up announcing the phone number which he had written on his wrist. But because he was anxiously sweating, the number rubbed off, which further flustered the host.
Dial 86946 and vote for your favorite Diva Search contestant and do her name.
Next we have a promo involving Christian from the Attitude Era, but first let's set the scene. Back in the day, it wasn't as noticeable when wrestlers forgot what they were going to say since the promos weren't scripted word for word ahead of time. However, in Christian's case on the August 14th Raw from 2000, fans watching could tell something was off.
We were live on Raw. Edge and I were in the ring doing a promo. It was one of those times where you memorize something word for word. And I was like, okay, and then I forgot my line. Live on Raw.
It will end. What's he saying? I don't even understand him.
Christian pauses, then stumbles multiple times, leaving everyone, including the commentators, confused.
Started mumbling and stumbling over my words.
Because if it doesn't end, there will so be extreme repercussions.
What?
I look at him, he's like idiot.
Oh, man.
The next day, Vince McMahon praised Christian for his promo. The wrestler then admitted he'd forgotten everything, only for the chairman to provide some words of wisdom that likely helped Christian going forward.
Remember, I saw Vince the next day. He was like, hey, good stuff last night. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, it was really good. And I was like, I forgot everything I was going to say. He goes, you're a heel, aren't you? There he goes, you can get away with anything.
Chris Jericho was known for his pre-match promos in the Attitude Era, since he cut them before almost every match. So it was odd to see him suddenly stop talking for 20 seconds at No Mercy 2000.
The Y to jail.
Ah, there you go.
JR even had to cover for Y2J due to the awkward dead air.
Well, Jericho said what he's going to say.
And I promise you,
Jericho's long pause was subsequently edited off all future versions of the pay-per-view. Next we have Bobby Roode calling out Dolph Ziggler on the October 10, 2017 SmackDown. After a recent pay-per-view clash, the two traded words on the mic, but then Roode starts taking unusually long pauses. So long that Ziggler ends up jumping in twice when he wasn't supposed to.
You got it.
Excellent.
At one point, Dolph even repeats himself and throws in some ad-libbing just to cover for Roode and keep things moving.
Anytime, any place, you name it.
You see, it's not gonna go. It's gonna go exactly the way the first match went.
Eventually, Roode gets back on track and challenges Ziggler to a match on the spot. Roman Reigns' War of Words with John Cena on August 28, 2017 features a part where Roman loses his bearings and stops talking.
And second of all,
Go ahead, find it. Go ahead.
As a result, Cena completely eats up the big dog.
It's called a promo,
Shut
kid,
your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it, so go ahead. See ya, fourth wall!
This was one of Reigns' better promos as a babyface, but the stumble certainly seemed odd. Roman reflected on the mic mishap years later in an interview with Logan Paul.
You blanked?
trying to think back. Yeah, I believe I did, yeah.
Mick Foley often had trouble remembering the script whilst Raw commissioner, including during the July 18, 2016 episode of The Red Brand. Foley froze mid-sentence, searching for the next line in his head. That was until Stephanie McMahon guided him to where he needed to go, as Steph audibly feeds Mick the closing line 3 times.
What? A 5-alarm fire.
The crowd helped the hardcore legend out as well by chanting his name during the botch.
So,
the fans also tried to help Shane McMahon when he spoke to Kevin Owens on the September 5th, 2017 SmackDown. Shane began running down Owens for defying him, only for Shane to stop in his tracks mid-sentence.
Very clear.
The audience started chanting Shane O'Mac, giving McMahon a moment to gather himself and finish what he was saying, but the botch was obvious. Matt Riddle was often given ridiculous material to repeat on television. Only some of it was funny, but one of Riddle's promos that was downright hilarious saw him openly admit he'd forgotten his lines on live TV. During the March 29, 2021 Raw, Riddle started what seemed like his usual rambling, but suddenly blanked on his lines. Instead of trying to improvise, he simply scooted away, leaving Asuka standing there bewildered. She soon laughed it off, as did the audience.
Yeah, you think... I'm sorry, I forgot what I was saying. That's not right.
It turns out that Riddle didn't know the skit was being aired live, and upon forgetting the script, he was told by the production team behind the camera to move forward so the segment could finish. The fans loved it though, as did Vince McMahon and Randy Orton, with Orton saying it was the best promo of Riddle's career. Bobby Lashley forgetting his lines on the July 30th, 2018 Raw may have been intentional, since Lashley was tasked with singing a song even though he didn't want to. During his duet with the Liars where they performed Rockin' Robin, Bobby leaves out a line in the song, and then picks back up during the part he remembered.
Love to hear the robin go tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
Lashley spoke about his hatred for singing whilst looking back on the segment in an interview with Sam Roberts.
Something like this.
It was either that or crying.
Another moment of musical forgetfulness occurred when Jim Ross choked in a battle rap with Michael Cole on Raw from December 12, 2011. You can tell JR clearly didn't want to be there, but the writers loved scripting him in ridiculous situations so they could kiss up to Vince McMahon. That's because the chairman loved pushing Jim's buttons, even though Ross usually never sold it. During the segment, JR remembered the start and end of his rap, but completely messed up the middle, thus defeating the purpose of a rap battle, since the punchline didn't rhyme.
Michael Cole, you're a damn fool. The king beats you like a government mule. I should be calling Raw, cause you ain't on my level. Oh, I know. Wait a minute, I got it. You kiss the king's feet. Now you can kiss my ass. How's that?
It didn't really matter though, since the segment was destined to be one of the worst in Raw history either way, a sentiment Ross echoed in hindsight. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video on 10 wrestlers who were loved until fans turned on them. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.